Good evening. This is the summer crowd. The few, the strong, right here. Welcome. Not raining. That's fantastic. We have until 8:15 to conclude this meeting. We will not make it to that. So you will likely make it home before the rain starts again. That reminds me that Dave updates our website every single morning. And make sure that you guys know what the trail conditions are like. So make sure to keep tabs on that at ambcnox.org. Other things to think about is that summer solstice just passed. I think we should all, I'd love to celebrate both solstices, actually. Hey, Jeff, how are you doing? New family member right there. Thanks so much, Jeff Killian. Well, a renewing family member, actually. Jenny's got some updates on membership that are coming here shortly, but yeah, celebrate these great times during the year. The longest day of the year, fantastic to be able to have the daylight that we got. I think right now avoiding the humidity by getting out first thing in the morning is a great thing. But nonetheless, we're lucky to have two quarries to go swim in here, and many other great water activities. And we can balance out the cycling when it is. Mr. Morris is here. Fantastic. Is the wrong ear. Welcome, Matt. Yes. Jenny, would you like to talk about membership and the updates that have happened since our May membership drive?
Sure. Would love to. I would also like your paper.
Oh.
I've just committed to the paper at this point. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome again. Thank you all for being here in the summer after some rain today. I want to thank you all big time for supporting us, especially if you shared about us, if you talked your friend's ear off about us, if you shared a post on Facebook, if you upgraded your membership or renewed your membership or became a member. You guys helped us a ton during our membership drive. It was awesome. It was through the whole month of May. It's our first membership drive, and I'm excited to say that we increased just in the month of May by about 100 members, which is 20%. Woohoo! And that includes over 70 brand new members. It includes over 20 renewing members. And then we had at least 26 people upgrade in the month of May, which was just awesome. So thank you all for being part of that and sharing about us and supporting AMBC. Also, we are still growing, which is awesome. It didn't just die off after May. June has been great, and we have currently, over the weekend, peaked at 643 members, which is more than we've ever had before. So, whoop, whoop. I also want to thank the partner businesses that helped us put on our membership drive. We couldn't have done it without y'all, and we couldn't have done it without them. So that would be Bear Paw Bikes, Psychology Bicycles, River Sports Outfitters, Sauna House Knoxville, Climbing Roots Bouldering Gym, and Cherritt Creek Lodge at Big South Fork. Whoop, whoop. So they helped support giveaways. They helped support some really big prizes that went out to randomly drawn new or upgraded members. And they made our membership drive happen. So a big thank you to them. Another thanks to y'all. And congratulations to our big prize winners, Joseph Ludick, Sunny Show, Trina Deal, and Russell George. They have some new gear coming their way, paddleboard, bike gear, bike fitting and services, and a sauna experience. So shout out to them. And you guys should all check your Sorba app for new partner deals. All of the businesses that supported us in our membership drive now have partner deals with us. A couple of them already did. We have 4 new ones because of the membership drive. And then we also have one with Landing Health and Performance, which is just across the street. So check your Sorba app for new benefits with them. And last but not least, if you guys are not sure if you're a member or if you need help with your membership status at all, or need help changing from individual to family or figuring out how that works, let me know. I'm more than happy to help anytime. You guys can email me or just catch me after this meeting, and I'd be happy to chat. My email is jenny@ambcknox.org. Let me know if you guys have any questions, and thanks so much for supporting us.
All right, who's up next on this agenda? I am. All right, trail news and recap. So we did not meet last month due to the Memorial Day holiday, but I just wanted to recap. Outlandish Festival was held over at Imes Nature Center, so that's like a multi-sport showcase of all the outdoor sports that Knoxville can host. So there were paddleboard events and yoga events and SUP, which is the same thing as paddleboard, and there was slackline across the quarry, and we had a ton of rides that went off that day. Two Bikes hosted Greenway rides, and we hosted 3 different rides, one joyride, one social ride, and a youth ride, which included not only AYC youth, but it also included Trailblazers youth, and it included Little Bella's youth. And so it was great to get a ton of folks out on the trails that day to celebrate all things outdoors Knoxville. That is I believe it's the first weekend in May, and I think they're planning on doing that again next year. Just a fun event. They're going to retune that and try to sort of condense it, if you will, sweeten, condense it, and just have a real fun day type experience with some good music to finish off the afternoon. I want to thank Imes for hosting that event. They are a great place, obviously, to be on the doorstep of so many adventures, including they had a climbing competition that day over on the crag wall. Also, National Trails Weekend went off without a hitch. I want to thank the Big South Fork Bike Club up there for all the work that they do for that park. And if you haven't been to Big South Fork, you owe it to yourself to get up there. It's an incredible ride destination, great sandy soils that are good in any weather. Believe it or not, the sand does freeze if you get there when it's negative temperatures, so it rides really well then too. But the folks that helped out on that were certainly our standby Creature Comforts Brewing, which had beverages there, but also for the camp outside, since we reserve the group camp, we had Tennessee Valley Bikes come and provide part of the potluck supper that evening. Randy Connor, one of our founding members, led the work party up there that weekend. Joe Cross didn't make it, but Kenny Crossman from the club was able to help organize all of the work that went on the trails that day. And then I also want to give a shout out to Scott Smith, but also he got waylaid and couldn't lead the epic ride. But Sean McCann with Harper's Bike Shop had worked with Scott and I on the route, and they were able to do a great route through the backcountry, including a stop at Cherritt Creek, which is now I think you get I'm going to say it wrong, $39 off your stay at Cherritt Creek?
So that was the membership drive deal.
Okay.
If you're just a member, the regular deal for 24/7 is 15% off your stay.
All right, 15% off your stay at Cherritt Creek. I don't know. It's worth more than that. Trust me. Go to Cherritt Creek. Fantastic meals, fantastic valley. Ride in, ride out, hike in. It is a multi-sport destination for sure. You can even get your kicks on a pony up there. They've got stables that you can utilize there as well. In other trail news, we've got a few things working on both the north side and the south side of town right now. Dave will sort of give you more information on the Sharps Ridge project and on a little bit of the preview of work that's going to be happening at the drop-in as well. We've had some temporary closures at the drop-in. The crew is going to be mobilizing on sort of the final alignments for Soups On here in the future, so that's going to be work that's happening this summer. In addition to that, you're going to see some progress, not necessarily our work yet, but the city has committed to starting work on this rail trail that's right behind the bar here. They're going to start some project sections closer to the tunnel right up here. And so doing small sections, working this direction. AMBC is going to be working on, took a while. Going to be working on a few of the bridge structures that are closer to IMES. And we're having some meetings with Ben Nanny and the team at IMES to talk about some trail features that can go on the side of that awesome rail trail that's, I want to say, 3 miles long, connecting Kearns with Meads Quarry. So super exciting to see that coming online. The city's projection on that is to have this trail open and gravel surfaced by the end of the year. And so that'll be fantastic to have open and available to everybody. Highlander Rail Trail, another rail trail that's in the works. That's Oneida to Frozen Head. That is making progress with 3 different nonprofit partners. We're just sort of advising on it, but it's great to see them meeting their benchmarks. So Trust for Public Lands, Tennessee Citizens for Wilderness Planning, and the Echoes group out of Oneida are working on that. One of our previous board members, Matt Morris, is now serving on the Echoes board, helping them out with some of their organization and how they're going to approach that trail, which is a 42-mile rail trail section all along the New River. It's going to be fantastic for bike packing and for just adventures in general, honestly. All along the river, generally rail grade, some great trestles to cross, and a neat asset for East Tennessee. They will join us again, I'm sure, at Fall Festival. So you can also check out more information on them. If you Google Highlander Rail Trail, you can get more information there. Lastly, before I hand it over to Jenny for upcoming events, another regional trail project that we serve on the advisory committee for is the Hallstop Trails up in Hartford. Believe it or not, they're still moving forward. Environmental assessment is getting super close, and the Forest Service, once they clear the environmental hurdle, the Forest Service has already granted their permit for construction. They really would like to be breaking ground for that before November. It's a stretch, but it's possible, and so that is a potential for phase 1 of around 20 miles of trails, and then eventually totaling more than 100 miles of trails in that Hartford zone. So backcountry adventures galore, all based out of Hartford, obviously hit hard from the flooding, but they are making good strides on not only river work, and they've applied for some grants to look at greenway connections along the waterfront to the new trailheads for the mountain bike trails. And we got a question. Hartford, in between, it's right on close to the Tennessee line, off of I-40. So it's about 60 minutes from here, over towards Asheville. Yep. Yeah, it's the last exit before the last one going to North Carolina. So that's what I've got on sort of the new trail news, and Dave will fill you in on Sharps Ridge, which is exciting. Jenny, upcoming events, what's going on?
Yeah. Thanks. Okay, so it is summer. There's not like a ton of stuff going on. Now we've got past the National Trails Weekend, but we do have social rides going on, and those are going awesome. We had around 50 at our last social ride, which is huge. Big thanks to the social ride volunteers. Brian's here. Thank you, Brian. Amanda, Philly D, and Missy. And anyone else who stepped up and volunteered there, I think they've also had some other folks help with some leading, depending on the ride. So thank you. That's first and third Tuesdays. So the next one is at IAMS on July 7th. So as far as more events, we don't have a big event coming up soon this summer, but TVB has their summer steamer coming up July 18th, I'm pretty sure. Super hot day, super fun race and ride, I hear. So definitely check that out. That'll be a fun opportunity to get on the trails with friends. Yeah, Mark? Scott is looking to volunteer for that if you want to ride it too. So. Awesome. Yeah. Okay, thanks, Mark. I'm good at I'm not crazy. Awesome. Yep, I feel you. If you guys have any events that you know of that are on the trails, mountain biking related, let me know. We'd be happy to put it on our calendar. FYI, Fall Fest is coming up in less than 4 months, I believe, or right at about 4 months. Pretty crazy. So we did just get our Fall Fest website updated, fallfest.ambcknox.org. We're still going to be adding some photos and some updates as we go, but exciting to have it up there. First weekend of November, so save the date and tell all your friends because we want everybody there. Trailblazers. So we started Trailblazers in the fall of 2025. We started at Baker Creek. In the spring, we added Concord as a location. So we have 2 locations for our fall and spring Trailblazers. Our next fall Trailblazers is going to be starting the Tuesday after Labor Day. So that's September 8th. And our registration for that is opening next Tuesday, June 30th. So we're really excited. I think that we are going to fill up both locations. So I'm super excited to be back at Concord. Kellogg and lots of volunteers will be helping us. Kellogg will be at Baker Creek. I'll be at Concord. And big shout out to all the volunteers that help with Trailblazers because they make it so fun and just a phenomenal program. Right now, we are doing summer Trailblazers with the Boys and Girls Club that is over right by Sharps Ridge. And we've done it for 2 weeks. So tomorrow morning will be our 3rd week. And it has been a blast. It's a smaller group of kiddos. So we have about 6 to 8 kiddos who come each week. And we play on the trails and we just play bikes. And it is so fun. And they're having a blast. And I think that they really appreciate that small group connection and just learning how to ride a bike and get on the trails. They already knew how to bike, but they're definitely kind of relearning some things. And Dave's been helping me out with the Trailblazers program this summer. Also, shout out to Audrey Carter and Hope Parks because they are committing lots of time to support us from this midday 9 to 11 weekly Trailblazers program, taking time out of their day to come help us, and the kids love them. So big shout out to them. And thank you all for supporting AMBC and supporting Trailblazers and all of our programs with that as well. So next we have Joyride, which is our women's program. And Maddie's going to speak about Joyride and give you some updates. Whoop, whoop. Welcome, Maddie.
Hey everybody, so I'm with Joyride. Joyride's our women's and non-binary riding program. Our goal is to help women be more comfortable in the woods and no one gets left behind on the rides. And before I go into what we have going on, there was a really special Joyride moment on Sunday. Some of the volunteers and I were out on a ride and we ran into a woman who was on West Perimeter. And she stopped us and said that that was her first Joyride, was on West Perimeter. She wasn't very comfortable. And then on Sunday's ride, she was actually taking another woman out into the woods. They were on West Perimeter, Lost Chromosome, all these different trails. So very cool to see, those that are starting out as a new rider on Joyride, taking more women out into the trails and getting them on bikes. So we're going to have a really fun, well, before I get into what's going on, we did have a really fun Big South Fork. We had 24 riders come out for the Joyride at Big South Fork. A lot of people, it was their first time with Joyride or they were new to Big South Fork area. So that was a blast. We had we had beginner plus, and intermediate. And then we're going to have a really fun social ride for Joyride Wednesday, July 15th. We're going to go out to Cades Cove and do the Vehicle Free Wednesday. So that'll be at 6 p.m. We're going to do bring your own sandwich. We'll have some snacks and drinks and have a little picnic after the ride. So definitely tell all your friends about Cades Cove Loop Wednesday, July 15th at 6 p.m. And then in August, we'll be at Concord Park. It'll be Sunday, August 16th. We'll have new rider through intermediate at Concord. And all of our rides are on the Joyride website, so definitely check that out. And if you have any questions, our email's on there. Thank y'all.
All right, and we're going to turn it over to Chris with Appalachian Youth Cycling next. He's got their summer news and ride schedule and a potential first aid training that you could potentially hop in on.
There we go.
There you go.
Well, thank you, Matthew, for the introduction. Anybody needs first aid training, we have a group coming in this Saturday, and we have open spots, so please see me. We'd love to get you certified for, it's specifically for NICA coaching, but it is a comprehensive outdoor training, including CPR. So, anyways, see me about that. But what I'd really like to talk about are our youth riding, and we have been having a great summer. Summer has people in and out and all that, but we've seen a lot of our younger riders come over. Big props to Trailblazers program. We've seen a lot of their riders joining us. So a little bit on the younger spectrum, and but having a great time. It's so fun to share this wonderful world of mountain biking with them. And big props to our volunteers as well. Our coaches been coming out full force, and also the parents for bringing your kids. It is a bit of a commitment, but the kids are so grateful. Have a great time. We do our practices weekly. Still going with our Mondays out at Concord, and then our Thursdays we ride here at the South Knox. Typically, we'll ride out of Forks of the River, but we started riding out of Baker the second Thursday of every month. So for a little bit of variety for everybody. So those are the big things going on. Just keeping up with our summer schedules and everybody coming as often as they can. If you are AYC crew, please order your kits, order your stuff now. We really, everything closes on Wednesday at the Jack Cruz store. And let's see, the other thing, since it'll be right after our meeting next month. We're having an open house. So out at Concord Park on July the 26th, that's Sunday at 4 o'clock. We're going to have, we'll have all of our coaches there. We'd love to have all the parents out, any new interested riders. And we'll have all of our veteran riders there too. So everybody to break into groups and go have fun riding. We're going to have pizza afterwards and then playing at the Cove with the water. We have the pavilion from 4 to 9 o'clock. So come on out. That's the last Sunday in July. So that's what's going on in the youth world.
Awesome. Thank you much. Um, so all that information is available on the youth tab at ambcknox.org. And I just pulled up the calendar of events, and it has all these extracurricular activities, including like Easy Rider if you're interested in Tuesday rides, and like Catalyst rides that are happening as well on the adaptive mountain bike front. So I'm going to turn it over to Dave, who's got trail updates.
Slide through. All right. What's up? Work parties, just quick recap. We finished up the season for that and getting into summer, like they said. Big South Fork, obviously, thanks to Creature Comforts, TVB, everybody making lunch. We're working on our schedule for the fall. We're going to have year-round Get Down on the slate, Baker Creek, and a couple other ones in the fall. So we're already making plans for that and trying to gear up for that and come up with some cool projects to do some improvements on those and have some fun Saturday stuff to do out there. So let's see. So we do have, we're trying to make a bigger deal out of recognizing our volunteers who help out with those. So we do have a list of some of the people. We've been trying to kind of get a little steam behind recognizing the people who come out to all the work days. So we've got a quick list of the people who have come out to the most of the work days so far. But so far for 2026, I've got a handful of people here, which maybe you're here, maybe not, or maybe on here. But I've got an Elizabeth Miller, Harry King, Jared Steffen, John Tremblay, Joshua Claybo, Owen Tremblay, and Thomas Worley have been to three of the 5 work parties so far this year, which is pretty awesome. But there's only one person who's been to 4 of the 5 work parties. It's sitting right over here. So shout out to Mark. Big help. It's awesome to have people who are excited about that and coming out to help us do what we do, because it's really just a fun part of what we do to get to do that on Saturday morning and kind of show everybody what we do and kind of goof around and have a little bit more of a social aspect to the trail work thing. So we appreciate you, Mark, and we appreciate everybody helping out with that. We are going to do we're working on a design right now for a t-shirt to recognize those volunteers that come out to 5 of those in a year. So Mark's on the cusp of that, and there will be quite a few other people who will get to do that, and it'll be an exclusive drop for that when we get that together here in the coming months. So just one of the things we're trying to do to say thanks to y'all for helping us out. Let's see, what else do we got? So we do have a project going on at Sharps Ridge that Kellogg alluded to. So Jenny said we've been doing our Trailblazers over there. It's pretty cool. I don't know how many of you guys have been over there. You know it exists, but you may have forgotten about it. But on the north side of everything, down at the bottom of Independence, there's the little North Ridge Loop trail that we've got down there. And from years ago, as we were trying to incorporate the adaptive trails into that side of Sharps Ridge, there's a whole little playground area, and there's a small pump track that's kind of gotten grown over and forgotten about in the grass in the field over there behind the North Ridge neighborhood, I think, back in there. And so we've worked with the city, and we've gotten permission to go in there and rework that area, a pretty good sized parcel in there. We're going to go through and completely revamp that pump track, and we're going to build what will effectively be two small flow trails down there, just for something new that's a different way of doing a small session spot that's not just a sort of, circular pump track. Like, we'll still have something like that. We're going to try to do like a little and a big flow trail that'll be something like what we did at the bottom of Cruise Valley Run, where it's something that's got some options, some fun flowy hits, and some kind of swoopy stuff that'll give you kind of like a repeatable like session type of spot that's just something there that's an addition to what you've already got at Sharps Ridge, where you've already got tons of elevation for everything. But if you like jumping and playing around, you might not want to jump straight onto Nightfall, So having something that's smaller and more approachable to go and fool around with, especially that's in the neighborhood back there, where a lot of kids obviously ride bikes and you see them around back there. But then when you look, it's really imposing to look up at the ridge from back there where it's so stark, and going up under those trails seems like really daunting. But when you've just got something that's just going to be out there ready to go 24/7, basically, I think it's a really cool opportunity for us to build something else over there in a community that doesn't necessarily have access to as much of that type of outdoor rec stuff. And it'll be a really cool thing for these kids to have in their backyard. Our Trailblazers kids have already just been so pumped on the experience that they've had, because they're kind of like, I think they just didn't realize it was possible to go up in there. And we're like, no, we just get in there and pedal. And like, I took my kids halfway up New Lincoln. We were up by the like satellite dish farm up there, and they wanted to just keep going, but we like ran out of time. And then the descent back down in there was super fun, and they're jostling for position. I mean, it's a really cool thing that we're doing over there, and I think that neighborhood is going to really appreciate having a little bit of a little reworking on that, because that little pump track, I think Randy and Tim put it in over there like, I don't know, 8 or 10 years ago, it seems like. So it'll be cool to get to revamp that, and we're glad to get permission to do that. And I think it'll be a pretty fun project to just have another thing to put over there to have an addition, because I think some people don't necessarily always go down to the bottom end of that thing and go all the way down, because you put a little gravel loop at the bottom. But it's kind of a cool, stacked loop sort of thing where you can come over and there's kind of like real basic stuff, and you can work your way up onto the trails, but then we'll also have some kind of session stuff over there too. So pretty excited about that. We're working on getting some materials over there, and probably hopefully weeks, not months, we'll be breaking ground on that and getting that going. So it's going to be a pretty exciting project, and that's coupled with our other summer project, which is the drop-in trails over there. So y'all have seen, obviously, where they're under construction at drop-in. They've totally gone from 0 to 100 over there, where they're really building that thing out. And all signs point to they're open for the first UT home game day. They're trying to be going with this thing come September, full bore, and it's really exciting. There's a lot of good energy over there, and I'm really happy to see that turn it into a thing. It's really cool to see Carter getting that off the ground, and it's really happening. I mean, it's been how many years that it's been sort of happening, but not really, fully getting going. So it's awesome to see it progress and move. And I don't know if you've been over there, but they've got like at least a dozen little cabins that are brought down, and they're these cool little modern kind of, I don't know. It's really cool, and it's really happening super fast. It's kind of overwhelming. So we're going to do a little rework to the bottom of Soup's on there. Not trying to reinvent the wheel, probably just keep the same flavor. It's just going to be a slight reroute there. Same thing with Rendezvous. It'll essentially be the same experience, just pushed over down towards the end of like where Murphy's Law is, just sort of shifting everybody slightly a little bit further away from the campground over there towards Marie Myers, or towards Southside, I guess, in that direction over there. But that's going to be happening over the summer too. So I'll have 2 new sections of trails and things to ride in the coming months. So looking forward to having some fun builds and cool projects to do and work on, and have some flow test Fridays coming up. So have some stuff to look forward to. And if you find any trees, trails at ambcnox.org, let us know. We'll go take care of them. We got 30 something in a couple of weeks ago with all the rain. And if you want to take chainsaw class, come find me.
Awesome. Appreciate it. Thanks, Dave, and the entire crew. We've got some awesome news to share. Jessica Potts will be AMBC's 3rd permanent trail crew member starting July 1. Big props. Thank you so much, Jessica, for 2 years with AmeriCorps, and now we're thrilled to have her on the team full-time. Really excited about that. That is due to the hard work that that she put in over the last couple of years, and just a great team member for us to have. With that, our next meeting is July 27th. Anybody else got any pressing things that are going on? No? All right. Well, thanks so much. We will see you in July. Cheers.